really does look like I'm sat in a wardrobe, but it's fine. It's fine. I also feel like we should be categorizing this. Not that I'm 100% sure what categories to do just yet. Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. My name is Jess and we are doing a book haul. I don't know if I've filmed a book haul before. I probably have, but not one where I have 40 books to go through. When I said 40, I had to look at Josh because we didn't realise there was quite so many. We are going to start with the books that Josh bought me yesterday. So part of the problem isn't just me, it's also Josh. Let's just put that out there. I've also got my tee on and you can't really see it because I've moved the camera too close. Let's back you up. Can you see it now a little bit? Yay! Yeah, so you can see it a little bit. Just know that I'm wearing the tee and that'll bring joy to everyone. Yesterday, me and Josh went into the works to pick up a parcel, which is this one here. And while we were in there, Josh bought me 2 books by Leah Bargo. I have read one of her books, which was Ninth House, and I did enjoy that book. There are some really like cringe moments and some serious trigger warnings, but overall I enjoyed it. It was okay. Personally, I think it was too long a book. I think it could have been shortened and then it could have had a higher rating. Like, it was enjoyable, it was just there were some parts that were really dragged out and it was overall too long. However, looking at these, she does like writing a chunky book. So we've got King of Scars and then Rule of Wolves. So it is a duology and they were £3 each. £6 for 2 books when really they're supposed to be, well, they are marked as £8.99 and these were £3 each. I have no idea what these are about. Excited to pick these up. I love the covers. Like, to me these covers are so pretty and that's what attracted me to these books. Face your demons or feed them. The people of Ravka don't know what Nikolai Landstove. Okay, Lantsov. Nikolai Lantsov endured. So there's a bit of war, things happen. We're not going to, there's not, we haven't got the time to go into this. While we were in the works, I picked up 3 books. These were 3 for £6, so they ended up being like £2 each, which is insane. The first one I grabbed straight away was The Christmas Murder Game by Alexandra Benedict, and straight away I just wanted this. It's a really small one. I want to read it straight away. I love the cover. I love how it's Christmassy, but it's got that thriller like mystery aspect to it. So there's 12 clues, 12 keys, 12 days of Christmas, but who will survive until the 12th night? So this is where the main character Lily is lured back to her grand family home, Endgame House, after receiving a enigmatic letter from her aunt urging her to take part in an annual tradition, the Christmas game, The Challenge. Solve 12 clues to find 12 keys, the prize that deeds to the manor house. Lily has no desire to return to the place where her mother died 21 Christmases ago, but her aunt makes a promise. The clues will also reveal the killer. Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad I picked this one up. Then Josh chose this one, which is The Fiancé Farce, and this is by Alexandra Bellflower, and I've only read 2 other of her books. I gave them both 5-star, so straight away I almost wanted to pick it up and again just start reading it. So this is another one that's made me excited to pick up a new book, and I don't know a lot about this one. 2 women, 1 fake engagement, what could go wrong? So straight away, like, it's just, you know, it's fake engagement, so it's going to be like fake dating turned to real love. We know this. I love like kind of that forced proximity. And like I said, both her other books I've given 5-star. I am very excited. Next up, I did pick up Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune, and you know, this is by the same author of Every Summer After, and I haven't read that one either. I've heard a lot of mixed things about this book, not a lot of them great. Like, a lot of the booktubers I follow haven't rated this too highly. However, it's gorgeous cover and I kind of really wanted it on my bookshelf. So I do believe this is second chance romance. I believe there is like a large gap in between. 10 years. So second chance romance, 10-year gap. We were in the works to pick up this package, which has 5 books in. 3 of them are Christmassy, I believe. Yes, so these are the 3 Christmas books I picked up from the works. We have One Last Gift. I believe this is going to be quite sad. This is going to be like a emotional, I suppose, like an emotional Christmas book. So this is by Emily Stone. She also wrote Always in December and The Last Christmas Letter. Again, I haven't read any of those. She has also written one, I believe, it's called Love Holly, something like that, and I really wanted to grab that one. I cannot find it anywhere. So this one is, for as long as Cassie can remember, it's been the 3 of them. Cassie, her big brother, and her big brother Tom's annoying best friend Sam. Now Tom is sorted, Sam is flying high, and Cassie thinks she's figured it all out. The unexpectedly 3 become 2. For Cassie, starting again, it seems unimaginable until she finds an envelope with her name on it, with a letter asking her to follow a trail to one last gift. And suddenly what seems like an ending promises Cassie something surprising, remarkable and new. So I'm not sure if the best friend is going to be like her love interest, but when it says 3 become 2, yeah, I'm not sure, but it sounds like it could be quite emotional. I love the cover, I just think it's really cute, and I'm so excited to read festive books. Just Like Magic by Sarah Hogel. I wish like I didn't find it so difficult to read surnames. So author of You Deserve Each Other. Oh, I really want to read that and I don't own it. So You Deserve Each Other, actually, yes, You Deserve Each Other I have seen in quite a few places and I've never picked it up, but I have heard some great things. All I Want for Christmas Is, oh, who cares? That's a promising start. While Betty Hughes boasts an extravagant lifestyle on social media, the reality is quite the opposite. She's broke and her family has no idea. With the pressures of the festive season looming, Betty drunkenly plays a record of All I Want for Christmas Is You backwards and accidentally conjures up Hall. Oh, that's his name, Hall. Why would you call someone Hall? A charming and handsome man who's the literal embodiment of the Christmas spirit. I love that he's the like advocate for Christmas. Yes. Posing as her fiance. Yes. Hall brightens the holidays more than Betty ever thought possible. I love this. The formerly grumpy Betty starts to find her heart merry and like, yes. I like that she's the grumpy one and he is the Christmas advocate. Then we've got All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. Again, never read anything by them. Apparently she also wrote The Holiday Swap. Haven't read that either. There's a lot of first time authors for me here. When Sadie and Max are selected as contestants on the famous reality singing show Star Maker's special festive season, Sadie thinks she's finally got her big break and Max sees a chance to step out of his megastar father's shadow. When they're paired up for the duet week and stun the world with their outstanding chemistry. With fans going wild for Saxy, the judges demand they remain a duo. Oh, this is fun. These are looking like some really good Christmas reads. I am very excited for that. So I did also order 2 other books. These were, they were in another offer, and that's why I picked up these 2, but I can't remember what the offer was, but they were again very cheap. So The Long Game, heard mixed things about. I don't think I've read any other books by Lena Armas. No, I haven't. However, I do know it's about coaching. I think there's an embarrassing video of her goes viral. Her father sends her to a small town to turn around their struggling soccer team. Yes, that's going to be a cute little romance. And then The Handmaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. This is the second one. I do own the first one. That's why I picked up the second one, but I haven't read it yet, so I cannot tell you much about that one. So that's everything from the works. And then just before that, yeah, we're going backwards in time here. So like we'll go from most recent to longer, further distance away, past in time. Okay, so we got another, this is an Amazon package, and there are 3 books in here. This was purchased due to watching Ashlyn and Ian, their videos when they chose each other's books and they swapped books. They swapped 2 books they already owned and then 1 book they bought for each other. So the first one, this isn't just because of Ashlyn, but it's also because of Hayley, and she gave this, it's another booktuber, gave this 5 stars, and I've just heard too many great things. This is also a film now. So this is the storied life of AJ Fikry, and it's by Gabrielle Zevin, who wrote Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and I gave that one 5 stars. This is known to make people cry. I haven't cried at a book in a while. We will see if that changes after reading this. I know he is an owner of a bookstore, and the bookstore's having a hard time, and then he loses his wife. I know that. It does say it on the back, so that's not a spoiler. And then one day, AJ finds 2-year-old Maya sitting on the bookshop floor with a note attached to her asking the owner to look after her. His life and Maya's is changed forever. That's adorable, and I love this cover. It's super cute. Also, because of that video, I wanted to pick up Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. Is that how you say his name? Yes. And this came as a 2. It was cheaper to actually order the 2 together than separately. So I also got Recursion. It's great when you can't read the cover of a book you've bought, isn't it? Honestly, I am a reader. So, I do believe I've read one of Blake Crouch's books before. I'll put a picture of it up if I remember to. But it was very well done. I just wasn't for me. However, Ashlyn absolutely adored Dark Matter, so I had to pick it up. I'm trusting both her and Ian that it is fantastic. So I've also been to Waterstones and picked up several books. So the first one, this is such an autumn cover, and I did want this for the cover. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never read a book by Tara Dewitt, and it says when falling in love is the punchline, and she's got like a microphone like wrapped around them, and I just think this cover is too adorable, and I picked it up without knowing a single thing about it. Hello, what do you want?
I'm fine, I just watching stuff.
Okay, so why has everyone got to have a complicated name when reading the back of books? The only thing she loves more than the rush of telling jokes in front of a revved up audience is her hot older manager. Keeping her feelings hidden from him is agony. This is fun. Okay, so I think then she's gonna be a comedian. Yeah, so she's a stand-up comedian on her way to stardom. Oh, okay, so the former stand-up star himself, single father. It's a single father romance. haven't read one of the, I don't know if I've read single father romance, but I know a lot of the booktuber girlies that I watch love that. This has become top of the list with my Christmas books. I'm creating several piles here in front of me because I do want to create my December reading pile, and I think it's going to be quite high. I do actually already own this book. So this is House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, and I hate the copy I have. I absolutely hate it. However, that copy I will carry on reading, whereas this one I will probably just keep nice. And I love this book. This is one of my absolute all-time favourite books. It's The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. If you've never read it, please read it. It is just so good. It is a cozy kind of fantasy book. There is some same-sex relationships involved as well. And then, I don't know if this is the follow-up. I'm not sure. But I've got Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, and I'm not sure if this is the second one or if it's got anything to do with it. When a reaper collects Wallace from what she claims is his funeral, he's outraged. Okay, but Hugo, owner of a particular tea shop, promises to help him cross over, and Wallace reluctantly accepts the truth, yet even in death he refuses to abandon his life despite spending all of it working. And as Wallace grows closer to Hugo and shares jokes, okay, slightly different. I think I want that on the, on the pile as well. But this one is about a guy that has a really quiet life. He has to go to this house in the Cerulean Sea, and it's an orphanage type of house. Well, I think the owner like adopted them, but there's like a talking gnome, a little devil child. They're all like creatures, I suppose, and they're adorable, but they're supposedly dangerous, and he's supposed to go there to check if this place needs shutting down. I cannot recommend it enough. I also picked up Love Like Farms, and this is by B.K. Borson. And yes, because of the cover, not also that, because this is one that is highly recommended around the Christmas season. People have been talking about this book, and apparently it's just too cute not to buy. A handsome freckled data analyst, a messy optimistic Christmas tree farm owner, a small town with the best hazelnut lattes on the East Coast. In an effort to save the Christmas tree farm she loved since she was a child, Stella enters a contest with Insta-famous influencer Evelyn St. James. With the added publicity and the huge cash prize, she might be able to save the farm from its financial woes. There's just one problem. To make the farm seem like a romantic destination for the holidays, she lied on the application and said she owns Love Like Farms with her boyfriend, only there is no boyfriend. Enter best friend Luca Peters. He just came home for some hot chocolate and somehow got a farm and a serious relationship in the process. Will their fake love affair save Love Like Farms in time for Christmas? Honestly, it couldn't sound more appealing. Also picked up another fall looking book. This is You Again, and this is a When Harry Met Sally retelling, and this is by Kate Goldbeck, and that's all you need to know. If you don't know about When Harry Met Sally, go watch that first and then come back and read this book. I'm really looking forward to this. Fall vibes, obviously. Fall, I keep saying fall, I'm not American, it's autumn. I'm not getting the season wrong, I'm just Minglish. I also picked up My Dark Romeo. Look at this cover. Just bask in it. Like, this is quite clearly Romeo and Juliet retelling. He's My Dark Romeo, but this isn't a love story. And this is by Parker S. Huntington and J.L. Sheen. Some Romeos deserve to die. Okay, so it was supposed to be a harmless kiss at a lavish debutante ball. A clandestine moment with a handsome stranger. But unlike his namesake, my Romeo isn't driven for love. He's fueled by revenge. To him, I'm a chess piece, leverage, his rival's betrothed. To me, he is a man deserving of poison, a dark prince I refuse to marry. He thinks I'll accept my fate. Well, I plan to rewrite it. And in my story, Juliet doesn't die, but Romeo, he perishes. I want to put this on my list right now, but I'm running out of... the pile's just getting too big. This was another book order from The Works, and this... I can't explain myself for this order. It was... all of them were new releases. That is the main gist of this purchase. So Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher I bought because every booktuber I've seen read this has rated it a 5-star, and you can't just read a book rated 5-star and me not want to buy it straight away. So you've got Julian and Delilah, and I believe this is dual POV, which we're big fans of. Let's have a look. Yes, so Julian and Delilah, and we know nothing about this other than it is a 5-star dual POV. Oh, Julian, if I ever caught on fire, Delilah would fan the flames with a smile. So when she returns to Lake Wistara, I fully intend to avoid the interior designer. At least until my meddling mother exploits my survivor complex. The faster I help Delilah find her creative spark, the sooner she will leave town. But while I was busy getting rid of Delilah, I overlooked one potential issue. What happens if I want her to stay? What does happen? If you can hear big sighs in the background, that's because Josh is on the bed doing big sighs. I don't know if he can hear me.
What?
Nothing. Next is Ali Hazelwood's first YA romance, and this is Check and Mate. She usually writes a lot of sciencey type of romance, whereas this one's based around chess and they are in competition with each other. That's all I'm going to say about this one. Again, mixed reviews on this one. Wish I could pick it up straight away. I just wish I had more time to read all these books. Then we've got Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, and this is the second in the series. I don't know how many books there are going to be in this series, but I gave the first book, Fourth Wing, 5 stars, as many others did. If you've not heard about this series, I don't know what you're doing watching a book, well, you should be reading them. So, oh my gosh, this is pretty on the inside. That's fun. This one looks like bigger than the last. Maybe it's not. Maybe it just feels it. I haven't looked up many reviews on this one because I don't really want any spoilers going into it, especially given the first one 5 stars. So the first book, Fourth Wing, is about our main character that has kind of kind of trained most of her life to be a scribe, which is in the archives, writing history. Shush. Writing about history, writing, kind of rewriting, not rewriting what's happened, but keeping the archives up to date, writing things that happen, things like that. However, her mum puts her in for the trials to become a rider and try and get a dragon, and she is not equipped to do this, and it's about her story and where it goes from there. There is some drama, there is some love interest, and it's a fantastic... I think it's a perfect fantasy book, and I'm quite fussy when it comes to my fantasy books. Then we have Cassandra Clare's newest book, which is Swordcatcher, and I've never read a Cassandra Clare book before, and yet we're diving in with a big one. One was Raised to Rule, One Trained to Die, Welcome to Chronicles of Castell Lane, and then it's just got reviews on the back, so I don't know where the blurb is. Ah, here we go. 2 outcasts have the power to change everything, but will they grasp the hand of destiny? I hope this is easy to follow because I'm not that good with following complicated fantasy books. I'm not 100% sure the order I bought the rest of these books in. I know I got this one which came out recently, which is Elsie Silver's Hopeless. This is the last book in the series. I don't know what the series is called. Now he's yawning. Honestly, the sound's coming from him. I don't know what the series is called. Is it... I want to say it's Chestnut Spring series, but I might be wrong. I know they are cowboy romance books and I have not started the series yet. However, I bought the last one to complete it, so I own all of them. I believe I bought these three together from the works. So I bought Thieves' Gambit by Cavan Lewis. Is that how you say their name? I'm not sure. But I bought it because of the red pages. Many will play, one will win. I don't know much about this either. Can you tell I buy a lot of books on a whim? So, a deadly heist, a dangerous love. Would you play the Thieves' Gambit? It's a cutthroat international competition to crown the world's greatest thief. Fun. It looks like a fun one. Say You Swear, I have only heard fantastic things about this book. I have only heard, and I love the cover. I think it's so pretty. And this is by Megan Brandy. 4 years I've dreamt of what college life would bring, and while some things changed, there was always one constant. It didn't matter how wild I allowed my imagination to run. My future was clear, and he was it, until suddenly he wasn't. Now there's a new man in my life, one who isn't afraid to go after what he wants, and what he wants is me. Oh my god, that gives nothing away. The Worst Best Man by Lucy Score. So the only Lucy Score books I've read is her Knock 'Em Out series, and there are 3 books in that series. I gave all of them 5 stars. They are on the top of my favourites list, absolutely. And this book is actually signed by her, so I had to pick it up. Don't really know anything about it. The bride is a doll, the groom is the perfect gentleman, but the rest of the wedding party are the stuff of nightmares. Rich, vapid, entitled, and the best man more like the worst man. The maid of honor, Francesca, takes her duties seriously. There's no way she's going to let the pretentious, judgmental Jack Hole ruin her best friend's wedding, no matter how sexy he is. So, another cute romance. I bought this one on its own, I think. Yeah, this was from Amazon. So this is One Dark Window. It's a duology. The second one has come out. However, I do not own this yet. On the back, it says bring the cover to life. So I don't know if you can scan something. I'm not sure. However, this is by Rachel Gillig. And I have heard fantastic things about this duology, and it's another one I can't wait to pick up. It does look like one for this type of season, so I might add this to the maybe for December pile. So I know that it's fantasy, and it says a maiden must unleash the monster within to save her kingdom in this dark, lush gothic fantasy debut. Two completely different words. Okay. And I know it's something about the smoke that is like an issue. I know. You really got a gist of what that book was about. Me and Josh went into Trago Mills and there was a book section. However, there aren't usually that many books that I like. However, there was 2 Pierce Brown books. This follows the Red Rising series. So I've got the first 3 I haven't read yet, and then there's 3 following that. So it's like 6 books, but there's 3 for one kind of story, 3 for another in the same universe. So these are the 2 that come after that. They were £2.99 each, so like £3 for these massive books. So it is a science fiction series. I did pick up the Twisted series. Now this is every book in the Twisted series, and I've heard fantastic things about this series. I don't know if I'm holding them up in the right order. I do know Twisted Love is the first one, and I do believe they're about different couples. So, discover the addictive world of the Twisted series. Alex is a devil blessed with the face of an angel and cursed with the past he can't escape. So you've got Alex and Ava. Ava is a free spirit trapped by nightmares of childhood she can't remember. So that's Twisted Love. And then Twisted Games, like I said, I wonder if I can find what order they go in, just so we can talk about them in order. Love, Games, Hate, Lies. Love, Games, Hate, Lies. Okay, perfect. I was holding them in order. So, and then you've got Twisted Games. He can't have her, but he's taking her anyway. So this is Reese and Princess Bridget. Oh, fun. A princess with a hidden fire that reduces his rules to ash. Like the sound of that. Love, Games. And then Twisted Hate. He hates her almost as much as he wants her. Sounds about right. Huh? Josh. So this is Josh and Jules. So Jules is a former party girl who's focused on one thing, passing her bar exam. So they all seem very different, which I like in a series. You want the stories to be different. So Twisted Lies is the biggest one. He'll do anything to have her, including lie. I don't like the sound of that very much. I don't like the lies and deceit and the miscommunication, anything like that. So that doesn't sound like my fave. This is Christian and Stella. Okay, so apparently Christian is a monster dressed in a perfectly tailored suit. And then we've got Stella, who is a romantic who keeps her heart in a cage. So I hope it's still good. I'm not a big fan of the lies and deceit and things like that. But we've got the Twisted Lies series. I did purchase Never Lie. I have read this book already on my Kindle. I just wanted to own a physical copy and I couldn't find it anywhere. I managed to get one off of Amazon, but it is like the indie copy when I know it's already been published, so I'm not sure why it's come in this version. So this is by Frida McFadden. If you haven't read it, it is about this couple that kind of gets stranded on a house they were going to view. However, there are lots of secrets. There are things that come out. It is really good. They do get trapped in the snow, so it is quite a good one to read around the winter time if you like a winter thriller. She's trapped there with her, I believe it's her husband. Yes, so they're married. And while she's there, she finds out a lot of things about the previous owners past who used to own this house. They are therapists and they have tapes in their house of recordings of the sessions. I loved this book. So we've also got Midnight is the Darkest Hour, which is Ashley Winstead's latest thriller. I gave The Last Housewife, which was her last book, I believe, I gave that one 5-star. In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, I believe I gave 4 or 4.5, something like that. They were both excellent. I loved them, which is why I've picked this one up. Beware of the Dark. You might not like what you find. So I don't know much about this one because I bought it knowing who wrote it, not knowing what the book was about. I did also pick up this. It's tiny. This is a novella and this is Killjoy by Holly Jackson. And this is the novella to what happens. It's a mini story about Pip before The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. One of my favourite YA thriller series. It was fantastic. It actually made me very tense at times, and this is the novella that I didn't know existed, so I had to pick this up. I did buy Forget Me Not by Julie Soto just because I'd seen it everywhere. I believe they are both working on the same wedding. One of them is a wedding planner, one of them is a florist. And I believe it turns like enemies to lovers. Haven't read this one yet, just looks really cute. More of a summer vibe, so that's not going in the pile for reading straight away, is it? And then this is the Dreamland Billionaire series, and heard fantastic things, so again had to pick it up. I don't know anything about this series. I just know that it is well liked and I love a good romance series. So Rowan and Zara. Okay, Rowan and Zara. So Rowan is in the business of creating fairy tales. Production companies, 5-star hotels, theme parks. Everything Can Be Mine If I Renovate Dreamland. Hiring Zara was a great plan until I fell for her. Oh, fun. And then the next one we've got Declan, and I don't like that font. It's hard to figure out what it is. I think it says Iris. I think it's Declan and Iris. I'm destined to become the next CEO of my family's media company. The only problem, my grandfather's inheritance clause. Fulfilling his dying wishes, getting married and having hair seemed impossible until my assistant volunteered for the job. Our marriage was supposed to be the perfect solution to my biggest problem, but the more I act in love for the public, the more unsure I feel about our contract. I love that. And then we've got Killian and Alana. And then I'm the Kane brother everyone gossips about behind closed doors. Trust fund brat. Washed up athlete, high functioning alcoholic. No one knows the real me but her. Lana. My childhood best friend and the only woman I ever loved. When I broke her heart 6 years ago, I promised never return to Lake Wistra. I kept my word until my grandfather's will changed everything. To receive my inheritance, I was tasked with spending a summer at the family lake house before selling it. The request was simple in theory until my plan blew up on the very first day. Turns out, Lana doesn't live at that house, but she claims to own it too. Interesting. So the middle one sounds like the most fun to me. But that's another series. That is everything. That is 40 books I have purchased recently. That's a lot of books, and I don't know what else to say. It's just a lot of books. If you want to find out which books are going on my December TBR, that will be in a separate video. This video has been long enough. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some inspiration if you're looking to purchase any books or get them for gifts coming up to the Christmas season, the festive season. I hope you have a super duper good one, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end.